Today I will discuss the two articles on leadership. First is classification of leadership. It is also called style of leadership. And second is the quality of a successful or good leader. So first of all, I will take the first point, types of leadership. It is given as the types of leadership, also called the quality of leadership, or it may be called as the style of leadership. Style of leadership classified into three categories. This is one is motivation based leadership. Second is employee based leadership. And third is power based leadership. Power based leadership. These are further classified. Motivational leadership divided into two parts: positive motivation and negative motivation. Positive motivation and negative motivation. This is divided into two parts again. It is employee based and task based. And third is power based. It is having three parts: autocratic, democratic, and free in leadership. Now, what is the meaning of all these three types of leadership? First is motivational based or motivation based leadership. It is having positive motivation and negative motivation. This means leader control all the persons working under him by giving positive motivation. Means he always admire the work of the people's work under him or working under him, and time to time he put some efforts to increase the moral of the employee or the workers who are working under him. This is positive motivation. In negative motivation, it is opposite to positive motivation. In this case, leader always try to harass the persons who are working under him, and even for a small mistake, he start shouting on the persons. So this type of leadership also considered, but it is in very rare case it is applicable in the industry, because this create lot of dispute between leader and the employees or who are working under the leader. So negative motivation, it is given to the employee by the leader, either by taking a leave from him when he is not working properly. He may stop one increment, he can punish financially. So whatever this type of motivation is there, this is coming under negative motivation. Then employee based or it is also called employer based. Employee based leadership, it is a combination of employer or employee. So whatever employer wants from the leader, he give instruction to leader, and according to that leader will control the person under him. So this is the employer based motivation, employer based leadership, in which employer is giving instruction to the leader, and according to that the leader has to work for that. The third one is power based. In power based, one is autocratic, in which autocratic leadership, the whole thoughts and instructions and all other activities, it is governed by the leader himself. He is just behave like a hypocrite, means तानाशाह जिसे बोलते हैं. So he has to work like autocratic, means whatever he want, whatever he is planning, according to whatever procedure he adopt to get the work, according to that he will take the work from the peoples. And there is no feedback or no suggestions, and other things are not allowed by the leader from the employees. So this is autocratic. According to his own thoughts and thinking, he will do the work, or he will take the work from the employees. Second is democratic. In democratic power-based leadership, in this leader democratically discuss the problem with all the employees, and according to that he will get the solutions, and then he will take the solution of the work, and according to that he will instruct the all the employees to work according to that. So democratic leadership, it is nowadays much popular, because every person who working in the system, they are also having some experience and knowledge of work. So many times they can suggest better options for the work. So in democratic leadership, these options are open to the employees by the leader, and he take the suggestions from the leader, from the employees. Leader will take suggestions, and according to that he plan the work. Then third one is free in leadership. In free in leadership, it is similar to autocratic, but in this case the instruction passed by leader is not much, but a single instruction can do day-to-day work, and once he is given free hand by the management to get the work, so he will apply all his tools of free hand. That is called free in leadership. So these are the types of or style of leadership that you have to understand. Once again I just repeat it. Style of leadership based on motivation based, positive motivation, negative motivation, employee based, employer based, then task based. In task based, whatever task given in a given time or given day, that task is the main target for the leader to get the work done. So task oriented, it is just like a contract. Contract means we have given a work to complete in 2 days, 3 days, whatever contract is given, according to that task the persons will start work and try to complete the work within a established target given by the leader. That is the task based. Then autocratic, democratic and free, all the three I have discussed. Now second article in this particular topic, it is quality of good leader. Good leader have number of qualities. So one by one I will speak the qualities to you, and you have to note it down. The quality of a good leader. The first quality of good leader, that he should behave properly. Mainly what happen, behavior of the leader is very important. So he should be a soft spoken person, and he should not give any type of threat to the workers who are working under the leader. So in the leadership qualities, there are following qualities. You just note it down according to, I will not write it on the board, but I will just read out and you have to take it in the dictation part. So first is, the leader should have knack of making others to follow him. Knack of making others to follow him means leader should have ability that whatever instruction he has given to the employees or worker who are working under him, they should follow the instruction of the leader. That is called knack to follow him. Then second is, the leader should have sound health. Last time also in first lecture I have given that the physical personality of leader is very important. So he should have a sound health and good look and good personality. That personality also impressed to the employees who are working under him. Then third one is he should have a sense of mission. Sense of mission means whatever work he has taken in hand, he should have a quality of work to take like a mission. And when person take some work as a mission, then its completion become very easy, because in that the teamwork will do the work, and maximum peoples who are working under a leader, they will take work as a challenge. So this work take as mission. Then fourth one is, he should have to accept the responsibility. Many times what happen, leader distribute his responsibility to different workers, but in that case what happen, due to difference of opinion and difference approach of working, the work is delayed and it is not completed in the target period. So leader should have that quality, that he should have the responsibility, or he should take the responsibility of whole work, whatever he want to take from the workers. So sense of responsibility will necessary for the leader, so as to make successful the work taken by him. Next, property number 5, that is quality, he should be a man of character and integrity. This is also a very much important quality of a leader, that he should be a man of character and integrity. It means that he should behave with all the persons working under him, whether male or female. He should do not differentiate, or he should not take any undue advantage of the situation, or he should be a good character person. Otherwise, nowadays this type of complaints in many organizations obtained by the management, that leader is not behaving properly with the female workers. So there is a dispute is arises, and due to that the organizational structure or organizational moral, it is also goes down, and similarly the organization is also defamed by this type of activity of the leader. The next is, he should considerate and human in the approach to workers' problem. Many times worker have family problem, financial problem, social problem. So leader must be having nature that he should be human, means he should have a sense of humor to understand the any type of problem, whether it is some people have physical problem may have, they may have social problem, they may have family problems, they may have financial problem. So leader should consider every worker who is working under him to solve their problem up to possible extent. So he should understand. Suppose somebody wants to go on leave for some important purpose. So many times leaders stop them to go on leave because of the work problem or workload. But whenever you see that leader see that whatever person who is asking for the leave is a genuine problem, so he should consider it. Similarly, sometimes financial problems is also with the workers. So leaders should solve those problems of the workers which are financially based. Then next is help to understand new things. Due to lack of mental fitness, he may be slow, but a little help and patience that may do it needful. Now this is a property of or quality of leader is that his grasping power should be high, that he should understand the problem before problem rise. So when he has this type of mentality, then he can take advanced step to solve the problem. Otherwise what happen, if problem arise and after that leader will study it, then find out the solution, then give to the workers, then it will delay the work. So this particular quality in which the leader should have a advanced planning of every work, and he should have a foresightness to complete the work or whatever problem likely to come, it should be controlled or planned, or the solution of that problem should be available with the leader. Then bear with him minor mistakes, do not criticize him often. This is what is the quality of leader? It is coming under positive motivation. In positive motivation, if suppose some worker is doing some mistake in the work, so leader should not fire on him, otherwise leader will demoralize. So what he has to do, for minor mistakes committed by any worker, the leader should explain that this whatever mistake he has done, find out the cause of mistake, why this mistake happened, and try to improve it so that next time the similar type of mistake will not be repeated. So this is a quality of leader, that he should not punish, he should not have negative approach to the leader, to the workers who are working and committing some minor mistake. Then give the duties, communicate with his age and physical ability. This is a particular portion which is I have given in the first quality of leadership in staffing, that a leader should allot the duties to the workers looking to their capacity of work. Because in leadership, the worker who are working under him, they are having different age group. Young workers are also there, old workers are also there. Normally those workers who are 45 years above, they are considered in industry as a old worker. So leader should give work according to the age and the capacity of doing work of individual labor or worker, so that he can get maximum output from each category of workers. So normally there are two categories, young workers and old workers, or new workers or old workers. New workers sometimes have less experience and qualification may be there more than the old workers. So they are hesitate to work under a old worker, because old workers are less qualified than the new worker. So in that case what happen, this particular problem arise, that the ego problem of the new worker because they think they are more qualified, so they know more. But in the work culture, whatever experience gained by a old worker, it is not possessed by the new worker. So new worker should be coordinate or cooperate with the old worker. This is the duty of the leader. So this particular quality should be possessed by the leader, so that he should have a combination of both the type of workers, old workers and new workers, to behave properly in the system or do the work with cooperation. Then stop addressing him, an old worker, in his presence of behind his back. Call him experienced. Normally what happen, if old workers are not doing work with full efficiency, in that case many times leader give negative marking or negative marks to the these old workers, which hurt the old worker because of their inefficiency. So leader should know it, that the old worker have spent sufficient time or half of the life in the organization. So if they are physically or mentally slow in the work, then the leader should not comment on those type of workers, so otherwise their moral will be down. So this is the qualities which I have discussed today, in which lastly the quality is that leader should be honest, dependable. He should be honest, dependable and faithful to the organization as well as to the employees. So these are the qualities of a leader, in which you can find normally in exam, write down the 5 qualities of a good leader or 10 qualities of good leader. So I have given this number of qualities, in which you can just take the dictation of it according to my speech, and the qualification, this classification or style of leadership I have already given on the board. So these 2 articles remain in topic number 1 of the professional development. So leadership is very important, which is having certain quality which I have discussed. They are the good quality of leader. So naturally those qualities are not good, they are coming under bad qualities. But normally bad qualities leader in the industry, they suffer lot of problem, and there is lot of dispute in the organization, and many time the trade unions come into the picture, and they go on strike or other type of operation in the industry, so that the industry's product or production or productivity, it is reduced due to such type of problem. So leader ultimately a very important link between management and the workers. If he has all sufficient good quality, then definitely leader will successfully complete the task, because every leader given with some task every day, and he has to get it complete this task with the help of the worker who are working under this leader. So definitely all qualities of leader, there are so many other qualities also there, but in one word if I say, he is honest, he is dependable, he can be believable, or management can depend on the leader, then these are the very good quality of a leader. Similarly, he should be human, understand the human problem, consider the labor's problem, whether physical, mental or any type other problem, social or economical problem. He should be entertained by the leader, so that workers' moral will be rises. Normally there are 3 theories in the industries run for the motivational scope of the leadership, in which one is X theory, one is Y theory and one is Z theory. So in X theory there is only negative motivation is given, and this theory is adopted from the Britishers. 200 years these Britishers ruled over India by negative motivational theory. So ये लाठी चार्ज और ये सारे जितने भी अंग्रेज लोग हिंदुस्तानियों पे करते थे, ये सब निगेटिव मोटिवेशन था. लगान बढ़ाना, वसूली करना और वर्कर्स को और जनता को तकलीफ देना, these are all coming under negative leadership. So this was the X theory of the motivation. And Y theory, it is a combination of both positive motivation and negative motivation. And nowadays in every industries there is only 5% industries are there who are following X theory, that is negative motivation theory, but maximum 95% industries they are following the positive motivation theory, that is called only positive motivation theory, that is called Z theory. And in Z theory, even blunder mistake will be done by any worker or any employee of the organization. The leader or management do not harass him, but he try to explain the causes of the mistake and due to which loss occur in the industry. And he do not punish the person, but he explain him to do properly. Similarly, in positive motivation, for good workers, the management or leadership, they always admire and giving some award to the employees, and running number of welfare schemes for the employees, such as the canteen facilities or some product selling capacity, some advance giving facility, some loan facility for house building or car loan or two-wheeler loans. These are the welfare scheme run by the organization under the leadership, and this is done by the organization under Z theory. Z theory is only, it is positive motivational base. So nowadays there is a not difference between owner and employer or employee. There is no difference. Because of this theory, the productivity and production of every industry increase up to 30 to 40% than the original, because of behavioral science only, that they are having good relation with the workers, and the staff are working under the leader, they are understanding their problem, and according to that they are giving a proper response to their problems. And definitely when a leader give facility to the workers, then workers will also always ready to work whatever order given by the leader. So this Z theory is very important in leadership, in which only positive motivation have the space for giving maximum productivity to the industries. Productivity means increase output without increase of input, that is called productivity. मतलब आप इंक्रीज मत करिए इनपुट्स को, लेकिन आउटपुट अगर आप बढ़ा लेते हैं तो वो प्रोडक्टिविटी कहलाती है. तो प्रोडक्टिविटी, इफ यू वांट टू इंक्रीज, देन यू हैव टू पुट लीडरशिप बेस्ड over the employees who are working, so that a person under three categories which I have discussed in my first lecture of this particular topic, try to bring these three categories of person into one category, that all workers should become self-motivated to do the work and to achieve the target. So if this type of things happen in any industries, then productivity will increase, and due to productivity increase, the cost of the product will, production cost of the product will go down, and the company or the industry will get maximum profit margin on the product, because losses are limited, losses are neglected, work power, manpower hours or man days hours also neglected, also minimized. So naturally productivity will increase, then they definitely the product cost per piece will decrease, and your profit margin of the industries will increase. So this type of approach, if a leader have in the industry, then he can grow the industry. This is also for the new entrepreneurs who are wanted to start their own industries. So first they should develop the quality of leadership, and leadership qualities which I have discussed now. These are in few in number, and you go through it, and whatever these qualities, this you should adopt in your day-to-day life. And whenever we take a life problem, when after this corona period is over and student start coming in the institute, then we will form the groups and give the task and develop the quality of leadership. By that time you study all these lectures which I have given to you and try to develop these qualities in yourself, so that whenever I give some assignment, practical assignment, then you will able to solve it. And secondly, in next topic or next article, I will discuss the stress management. Normally what happen, when a person work to control a group of person, then he is in under stress. So it is also necessary that leadership should be free of stress. Stress means tension. Normally work tension is there, tension of management is there, tension of worker dispute is there, tension of cooperation coordination is there. So leadership person or the person who is doing leadership is under very pressure. So next time we will discuss the pressure relieving techniques for the leadership. And this is the lecture for today, in which I discuss these two articles. This will be finished, these two articles, and next time we will take the lecture on stress management of the leader. That will be a more important and more good for you, so that in your individual life also, if you are facing some stress, then I will give a format to you, and you solve these questions on this format by giving answer in yes and no, and according to the score scored by you, according to that you will be kept in a particular category of stress. So whether your stress can be managed properly via some application of some counseling or that, it will be studied in that particular article. Thank you.